Good morning everyone from Paracas, Peru. Today we have a super exciting day. We are visiting the town of Huacachina. So we are doing the classic dune buggying, sandboarding, and I do believe there's some wine and pisco tasting along the way.
It's gonna make for an absolutely terrific day.
So come along.
Okay, so we've made it to Ica. This whole process is a little bit funny because there's a whole whack ton of people doing a whole whack ton of different tours on our bus. So we are at the Pisco Winery tour tasting area. So we're the first ones off the bus, but I think there's a guide coming with us, I hope. I'm not totally sure what's going on just yet, but I think it's gonna be fun either way. Okay, so we ordered some food at the restaurant, and while that is being prepared, we're gonna do a tour of the grounds that he has here. So Ali, our guide, is going to teach us about how pisco is made, how wine is made, how everything's grown, and then finally we'll get to do some tasting.
Bit more about the wine and the pisco that's made in this region. So there's two different kinds of grapes. There's black and there's green, and they're teaching us all about how they prepare it. So they don't just stomp on the grapes, they do a dance on the grapes, which we got to try out, which was really fun. And now we're learning that they store them in these barrels here right beside me, and when they do their fermentation they actually put them in the ground, which is super cool. Now we're going to learn the difference between how you're going to make pisco from those grapes and how you make wine.
Okay, last two steps, a little bit confusing. You gotta boil it and then it goes in a barrel for a really long time. But the final step, tasting.
Okay, so the first one that we're trying is a lime pisco sour, he said. But we have to wait because there's a toast.
Si tengo estrés, me tomo tres. Right. Salud. Cheers.
Salud.
That is so good. That literally just tastes like a super strong pisco sour. He said if you use this alcohol, all you have to do is add ice and egg whites. It's delicious. 10 out of 10. Gracias. We missed a little bit of his explanation this time, but I do believe this is one of their red wines. Now, I personally like a dark, full body red, and this looks a little light and fruity, so we'll see how it tastes.
Virgen María.
Virgen María.
Yo no quería. Pero Padre Nuestro. Qué rico está esto. Salud.
Salud.
I only ever get the ending part. I like that one. Definitely more like juice-like than wine, but tastes good. The flavors are amazing. This is another one of their wines. He said that this one is more of a classic wine. Sugar and sweet things are really popular here in Peru. So he said that the first one is very classic. This one is more of like a regular red, I think is what I understood. Salud. I like this one better. Still feels like someone just took sugar and just poured it into the wine, but I do like it better than the first one.
Okay, we are on to our fourth tasting. This one we're back to pisco. He asked if this was our first time tasting a pure pisco. We both said yes, and then he proceeded to do this. So I'm thinking this one's gonna hit a little bit harder than the last few have because it's not flavored with anything. Also, this one has 42% alcohol, which is quite high, and I'm pretty sure he called it the cough killer. Salud. You smell, you breathe in, you shoot it, switch around 4 seconds, swallow, breathe out. Definitely strong. Okay, this one is like a liqueur pisco essentially. He said it's very similar to Bailey's that we have back in North America, but just a different flavor. The color makes me want to think orange or mango flavor, but I can't smell what flavor it is. So we'll have to wait till we taste it. Oh, it's kind of got like a butterscotch flavor to it. Not what I was expecting, but very good. Yum. Okay, based on the color, we figured it was either going to be coffee or chocolate. He grabbed the bottle. He said, "This is our coffee one." Robert and I instantly looked at each other and we're both very excited. I think this one's going to be fantastic.
We chai man. We chai man. Urai man. Urai man. Chao pi man. Chao pi man. Tu su sui. Tu su sui. Tu su sui. Tu su sui. Ukuma. Ukuma. Upiaico. Upiaico. Salud.
Salud. Salud.
It's up, down, and center. 60 minutes. And 3. Take a seat, please. Sit down.
It's fantastic. Okay, now that our Pisco tasting is done, Robert and I have decided to buy a little bottle for our families back at home so we can have some Pisco sours over the holidays. But now I think it's time to have some lunch before we head to our next stop.
So before we get to Huacachina, we have come to the town just outside of it called Cachiche. So this is a town known for having witches, or what they used to call healers here. It is a really, really salty land, so the healers used to use that in all of their concoctions and stuff. So we have about 15 minutes to explore around and then we get back on the bus. The story behind this place is that there was one really famous healer here in the community that lived until she was 107 years old, and she actually helped a kid who was non-verbal become verbal, and then he grew up to be, I think, pretty high in the government. So when she died, he threw a huge celebration. He made the main witch statue for her, and then he gathered a whole bunch of different witch statues from around different communities and brought them all to this one central area.
Okay, we've made it to the lagoon. I think we're running a little bit behind schedule because we only have like maybe 15 minutes to explore it. It's currently 4:48 and we have to be back at the office to get ready for the dune buggying at 5. So we're gonna run to the lagoon, take a quick glimpse, see what it's like, and then run back to the office to make sure we get on time for the dune buggying.
So I realized that I should probably have sunglasses if we're going dune buggying. I see everyone wearing them, everyone is selling them. We did bring our buffs, so we were prepared in that sense. It just feels silly because I literally asked for these for Christmas and I had to buy them myself anyways, but oh well. Anyways, that's as much time as we have at the lagoon. We need to head back to the office.
Switch for an upgraded one. Holy crap, that was crazy. Wow.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible. That was
amazing.
Such a fun experience. Our driver, who's just leaving now, was the best.
Yeah.
He, as soon as we got in, said if we wanted normal or what I assume is
Crazy.
fast, and the people
whole
in our group
crew
said fast. We didn't really understand, but I definitely, he had a change in demeanor, and we flew. Like there were some points where
crazy.
we got air.
Yeah, we literally went over the top of one, and our front wheels touched after our back wheels. We were like,
I was not
incredible.
expecting
it.
I was trying to keep my expectations low because I was trying not to overhype this in my mind, but this like exceeded my expectations.
And more.
Like it was exactly what I was hoping for and more. It was so fun.
And you know, I get to like, the sand dunes are so impressive, but with this mixed in,
it's crazy.
This whole place is absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look, you've got an incredible sunset, you've got the incredible lagoon, and you've got sand dunes
so
like
much
you couldn't
sand
believe.
Dunes. This is the first time I've ever been in this kind of environment, and it is incredible.
Yeah.
It's inspiring us to go places where we can have access to this because this is so cool. I want to see more.
Yeah. Okay, it's time to hurry back and get back to our bus.
Yeah, we're running a little bit behind, so we got to make
a ride back
it.
to Paracas. So let's go. I think my shoes shrunk like 3 sizes because of the sand, so we gotta empty them out before we get on the bus. Okay, Huacachina absolutely lived up to all of my expectations. That
And
place
more.
is absolutely spectacular.
I'm sad that we didn't have enough time to really walk around the lagoon a little bit more, but I feel like the best view is the view you get from the sand dune looking down, so I'm glad that we got that.
100%. That's like kind of the iconic photo that you see when you search up Huacachina, but then the dune buggying and the sandboarding, also a great addition.
So fun.
So fun. Kind of wild, some of the hills you go down and things you see. It feels a bit like a roller coaster.
It did, but I was super happy about that. It was so fun. Our driver was amazing. And I know we've said it before, but really, honestly, Peru is just so diverse. Like the fact that all we could see were sand dunes today, and on this trip we've been surrounded by mountains, we've been surrounded by jungle. Like there's just so much that this country has to offer, and I'm really, really excited that we got to see this part of it as well.
Yes, absolutely. So we hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Cuida mis intestinos.
I'm sweating.
It even smells more like it.
Is that a good angle of you?
Say that. Okay, so now that our Pisco tower, too much Pisco.